The Chief Executive Officer of African International Housing Show, Barrister Festus Adebayo, called on the government to subsidize social housing to bridge the affordability gap, adding that social housing, where the government intervenes either directly or through subsidizing construction costs, is the only way out.
Government should subsidize it, and after subsidizing it, create an instrumental payment arrangement. In such a way that people cannot afford housing, you have the privilege to have roof on their head. With the situation in Nigeria today, with what inflation is causing, with interest rates, the hope of common men in Nigeria is going down, and they are losing hope in the area of home ownership.
Mr. Adebayo said the lack of commitment by successive governments has largely contributed to the increase in housing deficit. He said the government has continued to pay lip service to housing provision with no plan and budget for housing development year in, year out.
That it seems as if the government is doing a lip service to housing. Because if it is not a lip service, government will have shown the political will to make the mortgage sector work. But how would this mortgage sector work in Nigeria, where the interest rate is above 30%? It can't work.
Chairman Land Reform Task Team, Reverend Ugochukwu Chime, said in Nigeria, like in many other countries, challenges such as weakness in governance, the issue of corruption, inadequate documentation, and complex land tenure systems appears to hinder efficient and effective land administration.
We identified that the land management is a key problem that we're having in the country. So no matter the number of houses you build, unless you get the land management okay, you're having a problem. And I'll give you an instance. There were instances that we were able to develop bungalows in 6 months. But it took the state government 3 years to give title. Let me tell you the implication. GDP is the number of times a given amount of money circulates within a year. So if it took them 3 years to give a title that could have been given in 6 months, that means that we have a problem, and that has to stop.
The International Housing Show had forums where prominent stakeholders in the building industry spoke on achieving affordable housing in Nigeria. In Abuja, Mariam Zakari, Liberty News.